We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Bob over on Twitter. Bob likes to listen to live concert Blu-ray discs and other recordings of live performances. Can the Ascend Acoustics Sierra towers with RAAL tweeters handle live concert SPL levels, or is the ribbon tweeter too delicate? Well, how close are you going to sit to them, dude? I mean, are you sitting 300 feet away? Because then no. But are you sitting 6 feet away? Because then yes.
Oh, well. I mean,
Or
the thing
even
is,
more.
the RAAL ribbon tweeters, even though they're nearly weightless, are actually very robust. The ones that are in the towers or in the horizon, they can accept 300 watts all day long. That's not peak power, that's sustained power. And being that they're about 89, 90 dB efficient, that means if you're 1 meter away, they can be playing about between 106 and 108 dB all day long. Just pumping that out there, and then you can double that wattage into them for a peak to give you an extra 3 dB of headroom. So as far as hitting full reference volume, certainly the 105 dB peaks, but I mean, that's not the majority of the time. So, I mean, if you're 15 feet away, you're totally fine. If you're...
He didn't tell you how far he was away, though, right?
No, he didn't say exactly how far away he is. Not that I recall. But I would be shocked if they're not able to play loud enough. You don't have to consider them as delicate or fragile or incapable of accepting a lot of power. They can accept more power than a lot of dome tweeters can. So really no worries here.
Okay. My video's not doing a thing. Very stressed about that. I'm not going to pretend. All right. What about the Sierra 2 bookshelf speakers? How loud can they play? And if Bob already has a pair of subwoofers, could they save some money and opt for the Sierra 2s instead? It goes back to the exact same question we just asked. How far away you're sitting?
Yeah.
So generally speaking, I would be perfectly okay with you having bookshelf speakers in most normal sized rooms. But if you're sitting 20, 25 feet away, then maybe not.
Yeah, their max SPL based on how much power they can absorb all day long, which is about 200 watts, and then they're not quite as large and efficient. You're basically looking at 6 dB less. So where the towers or the horizons could play 107, 108 dB all day long, the Sierra 2s can play 101, 102 all day long, and then double that power and hit 105. So they're quite all right as far as hitting reference volume, but you'd want to be, 2 meters away. You could be up to 12 feet away and probably still hit reference volume, no problem. So, if you've already got a pair of subwoofers and you're not more than 12 feet away, I'd say the Sierra 2s are absolutely fine for hitting full reference volume. If you're more than 12 feet away, then I'd look at the towers or the horizons.
There you go. He asked, can the Horizon Center be used as a front left-right speaker as well? Okay. In general, you can use a center channel as any speaker you want to use it as. The question I think you're asking is, can I turn it on its side and have it stand up?
Yeah.
And if that is a question that changes from manufacturer to manufacturer. But if you're going to keep them all horizontal the way they were designed, then you can use them for all your speakers, not your subwoofer, but all the rest of your speakers if you really want to. Okay? So that's something to remember. But with a company like Ascend and other companies that are a lot more responsive to their customers, generally speaking, the answer to that question is yes. You can. You just have to contact them and ask them, what do I need to do? Or do I just tell you and then you guys do something to it to make it that way? Because a lot of times all they have to do is turn the tweeter 90 degrees. And sometimes they'll say, yeah, go ahead, turn the tweeter. Or some they'll say, okay, we'll turn the tweeter for you and we'll mark them.
Yeah, so that's absolutely the case here with the Horizon Centers. You can use them just horizontally. They will sound absolutely fine, but if you want them vertical, you can certainly do that. Dave will tell you it changes the dispersion a little bit. They will not be quite as wide in their dispersion towards the side that now has the dedicated mid-range driver on the side.
Right.
If you've rotated the whole speaker to be vertical, now the mid-range driver is on the side of the speaker. So normally they'd say keep the tweeters on what would be the inside. So, the mid-range drivers will be closest to the side walls. I've experimented with this with my own speakers, which are Horizon speakers. It makes it. I can't hear it. I'm sure you can measure it, but I can't hear it. So I would say you are 100% fine turning them vertical. If you do, just ask that the tweeters be, rotated 90 degrees. That is important. You don't want the ribbon tweeters horizontal instead of vertical, but it's as simple as asking them to put it in that you're going to be using these vertical, and they will absolutely make them that way for you. So no problem.
So what stands would we recommend for using the Horizon as a front, left, and right? So are they square on the sides?
Yeah, they're completely square. They are rectangle boxes.
In the old stand should work.
And 24 inches is the perfect height.
And that's a very standard height as well. So, Sanus.
Yeah,
Sanus is Sanus.
I will say, though, the Horizon is a almost shockingly heavy speaker. It's over 45 pounds. And there are weight limits on some of the least expensive stands. So don't be completely unaware of that. Ascend sells their own stand, which is normally the pedestal that goes on the bottom of their CMT 340 speakers, but it is a 24-inch tall stand that you can fill with sand or kitty litter, and it will be extremely rock solid and inert if you fill it with something like that, and it's the perfect height, and it'll blend right in underneath the speakers, so why not order it all from Ascend? You actually get a discount when you do, too, so there you go. Not for nothing.
All right. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.